Ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. It's Truth Bomb Tuesday, and it's time to hit you with some truth that most of y'all aren't gonna like, but that's what this is about, right? It's about getting uncomfortable, facing ourselves in a real way, okay? So today's Truth Bomb is that if you hate your job, it's your fault. See, I was at the grocery store today, and as the lady was, checking my groceries and bagging them up, and we're just making small talk, and, she asked me what I was doing the rest of the day. I was like, just working most of it. She goes, yeah, that work thing. I was like, yep, keeps things interesting, doesn't it? She says, I've had enough interesting in my life. I'm ready to be done with interesting. And folks, that just, I didn't push on it because, well, she don't know me from Adam, and quite frankly, I just didn't think it was the time. But here's the thing. That kind of attitude towards your job just makes it worse. If you don't like your job, dude, that sucks. But if your attitude towards your job is that it's just miserable and it's never going to get any better, dude, that's on you. Listen, if you hate your job, it's your fault. Why? 2 reasons. 1, if you hate your job, go get a new job. There are other places, there are other things that you can do. We live in the United States of America. There are jobs out there. I see help wanted all over the place. Well, they don't pay as much, or they don't fit my schedule, or this, that, and the other thing. And that is the problem. It's your attitude about the problem, okay? Now, we'll talk about that in a second. That's number 2, but sticking with number 1. If you hate your job, if you hate your coworkers, if you hate your boss, then you need to change jobs, find new coworkers, and go get a new boss. And you can do that at any moment. See, I don't know if I said this out loud a few weeks ago, but I said something along the lines, or at least I thought it, like, if you hate where you live, dude, you can move. If you hate living in a place that has winters that you absolutely hate, then move. If you live in Milwaukee and don't want to deal with the winter, move to Florida. You can do that. There's nothing stopping you except for your own mind and your own limitations. Well, it's expensive, and I have to find a new job, and my family's here, and blah, 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 blah. Excuses. Do you hear that? It's all excuses. And really seriously, have you really actually looked into actually making the move? Have you searched for new jobs that you could actually move to the place where you want to live? Have you actually done that? Probably not. Have you actually researched what it would take financially to move from where you live to where you want to be? Have you actually done that? No. Goes back to your job. You hate your job. You hate where you work. You hate the company you work for. Have you actually done the work, the footwork, to go out and find a company that you might actually want to work for and applied for that company while you keep your current job so you can find out if you can go work for that new company? Have you done that? I doubt it. You've probably dabbled a little bit. You did like a 10-minute Google search, dinked around on some websites, and then decided, no, this is probably just going to be too much work. It's not really worth it. I'll just deal with it. And if that's the case, if you're not willing to put in the work to actually better your situation, shut up and suffer in silence. And if somebody asks you how it's going, keep your mouth shut, okay? If you have chosen to stay in a situation that you hate, then you don't get to bitch about it. You made the choice, okay? Now, on the flip side of that, let's say you do find another job and you move to that company. Here's the thing. You go wherever you go. So if you find a new job, and let's say you get this new job, and you put in your 2 weeks, and you leave the company that you're at, and you leave on good terms. Don't leave on scorched earth. Don't be stupid. Okay? You leave that job. You go to the new job. Okay? And you love your manager, and you love your boss, and you love your coworkers. And that'll last 6 months, 8 months, 10, 15, 24 months. And then all of a sudden, those same old feelings start to creep back in, don't they? It's because you go wherever you go. And that brings me to my second point. Whether you stay in the job you hate, or you decide to move to a new job, no matter what, you have to change you. You've got to change your attitude about life. You've got to change your attitude towards what it means to have a job. You've got to change your attitude towards the things that you do in life. You have to. You have to change you. You have to work on you. You have to get better. Because you know what? you may not be able to find a different job. That's reality. You may not be able to financially make a shift from the job you're in to the job you want, at least not right away, which means you're going to have to deal with the situation that you hate for a little bit longer, or maybe a whole lot longer. And the only way that's going to happen, the only way it's going to be worth doing, is if you change your attitude. You have to. You've got to get better at looking at the best part of your job. You could be grateful that you even have a job, okay? And I don't mean that in like the way our parents, you should just be grateful you have that. No, that's what I'm talking about, okay? Be grateful that you have a job. Be grateful that you're employed. Be grateful that you're getting a paycheck. And then look at the people around you. Look at your coworkers. How many of them do you think are actually feeling the same way you are? Probably all of them, if not most. If most of them, if not all of them, okay? Your boss probably feels a lot the same way and has a lot of the same feelings, okay? Maybe in a different way, but I guarantee you there's some of that same stuff. The only thing that's going to make it better, whether you stay in the job you quote unquote hate, or you move laterally to a new company, or you search for a promotion or a different job or a different field entirely, the thing that has to change is you. You've got to change your attitude, or eventually, no matter what job you get, you're gonna hate it because your attitude is such that you hate working. And folks, that is the wrong way to live. You have to start loving the work. You have to start loving being able to produce and be a part of society and contributing to our economy and contributing to our culture and contributing to the people around you. You have to fall in love with that so that you can actually make your life worth living. If you don't shift your attitude about what's going on at the job that you say you hate, it's never going to get better, even if you leave. Because you go wherever you go, which means your attitude comes with you. And I don't care if you think this situation over here is better, right? The grass is greener where you water it. So take some time, invest in yourself, start examining yourself and your attitude towards the situation, and start enjoying your life day to day, okay? Because the truth is, if you hate your job, it's your fault. And it's your fault because you're not doing the work to make you better and figure out how to make yourself enjoy the things that you have built into your life. That's what you've got to do, okay? So the truth bomb is that if you hate your job, it's your fault. The truth bomb that follows it is that you can do something about it. So why don't you go do that? Go blow up life, folks. Boom!